Hi guys, how are you? This is Noelle from Reorg Chats, a vlog talking about all things organized from the small business Reorg Inc. So we come very cash. Love that term. It's not of my generation, but we're not even going to go there. But I love the term cash. Anyways, so I wanted to share with you a little bit more detail on how we implement the 3Rs in the home. Obviously, you may have seen, and if you haven't, you'll see the link up above and below to check out our last episode on our top 6 non-for-profits that will help you declutter. Most of them are contactless, especially, which is always great. And they offer great prepaid labels, and they serve the nation. So food for thought. We will add 2 more non-for-profits to that list, which are the go-tos. I think these are the go-tos, Goodwill and Salvation Army. As you guys know, they do great work for every major city around the U.S. or within, decent distance has a Goodwill or Salvation Army. So that will be our 2, which will make it 8 top non-for-profits to use that will definitely help you declutter. And this day and age, we've even seen it here in our home in South Florida, and definitely in when we're up north in our home up there, that we see a lot of people now, where vintaging has become a thing. I think it was always a thing and upcycling, but now it's like a fad. I mean, I see high school students doing it, going in there for what they consider vintage, which I think is comical because then I'm like, God, I'm getting old, but that's fine. Old and fabulous. But yeah, wanted to share with you some of our fabulous little gems that we use that we've used and implemented, not just on our personal home and our co-working space, office, but also have recommended and have implemented in client homes. And we hope that they help you on how to, you can use the 3Rs to recycle, reuse, repurpose to take out the clutter or to, repurpose it for something that you need. And it's also money saving, guys, because it's not just good for the environment. It's also, many of these items were gifts that kept on giving, and we'll get into that in a second. And, again, they store something that you had a need for. So there's multi-purpose, and we're all about multi-purpose items, and I know we're like, oh my god, she's always saying that. Yes, you can't say it enough. And at the end, we'll include all the links. If you follow us on Instagram at REORGYOUINC, as in highlights our DIY 3Rs, you will see all of this. And, don't forget to subscribe for more tips. So here's our numero uno. So Martha Stewart, the lady of all things, I think, DIY, living, or one of her shows a couple years ago had an article or an episode on mason jars. I was personally never a fan of mason jars. It was like, I'd love to see it in other people's home, but I was like, not my luck. But then I've changed to the point where one day I realized that one of my favorite pasta sauces, oh my God, it's a mason jar. And I stopped buying them for gifts. So not just to buy them, to have them. And again, just a quick disclaimer. We want to make sure that we're recycling your purposes, not just to do it, but that it has a purpose, because you're not going to save 20 bottles of your favorite pasta or mason jar for the purposes of just having because it's environmental. No, I mean, if you're buying a glass, it's sustainable, it can be recycled, so you're good to go. So don't just, again, do you implement the 3Rs just to do it because it has to have a purpose. So I always say, you want to audit your glass. Okay. It's all about glass, as you will see. But yeah, this is what from our pasta sauce. We wanted to just change up, our dish soap. Great. Got these labels. You can get these labels on Amazon, Walmart, whatever, Etsy, depending on, we love labels, but we're also fans, as you will see, of not labeling and keeping it simple. Why? Because we find it to be more multi-purposeful, even though there are some labels like this one that come off very easily, or they're Velcro. There's so many different designs and ones that you can custom make, like on a Cricut. But the New Yorker came out in us, so we kept it black. But again, you can use these for dish soap, hand soap, your favorite lotion, a beautiful bouquet of flowers. So that's our number one. Love, 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 love mason jars. I mean, you can't go wrong with a mason jar, guys. We tend to give a lot of these especially these. If you know us, most likely you've gotten a mason jar. And if you haven't, you're most likely going to get one. We usually package it with a beautiful pillared candle. in another glass holder, or complement it with like our favorite, or we tend to always buy items when it comes to the home, or we try to do our very best to use with our network or clients that have beautiful products and, have given, like OG, Organic Market, which please will include the link on that interview, hand soap, and complement it with this. So it's like a 2-for-1. And it's those home things that sometimes we always think, oh, you got to get a purse and a bag and a this, things that will add more clutter. How about keeping it simple? Our second thing is, this was one actually, remnants. We have 2 of these from a trunk show that we did a couple years ago, about 4 years ago, for a client. And we were like, oh, we love these cylinder bracelet holders that you have, jewelry holders. And she laughed and she said, these are actually from one of my favorite olive oils. And I literally one day realized, stop buying bracelet holders for her boutique. And she now, I'm sure by now she has hundreds of them. And she has beautiful designs. We'll include the link to her stuff. But yeah, this is what it used to be. So again, I'm really using it to store minimal amount of bracelets. I usually do have it racked up, but if you have bangles, watches, anything else, and you can accent with a beautiful piece of greenery, whether it's a flower or a plant. So again, it's that multi-purpose item, guys. And a gift that keeps on giving, a beautiful unfiltered or balsamic vinaigrette or other liquid condiment that now has a separate purpose. So that's 2. I'll save this one the best for last, and I'll tell you guys why. Again, we do tend to get flowers. We give flowers. We love them. Sometimes we see these at vintage stores, just a regular flower pot. Well, not flower, vase, a round one. These are so great. We use these actually in our guest bathrooms. Excuse me. But we got this idea of rocks, of shells from Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholson's movie, Something's Gotta Give. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. There's a scene in the movie where they have one of these, or a mason jar full of white rocks with a black rock. And we love that scene. We love the movie. Everything about it is fantastic. It's a clean, beautiful space. Hint, hint, why we love it. Apart from everything else, it's Diane Keaton and Jack Nicholson, guys. What's not to like? And comment below if you don't like them. And comment below if you do like them. If not, we'll have a separate conversation. We'll refer some movies for you to maybe consider changing your mind. But yeah, this is just beautiful. You can access it, of course, with beautiful bouquet of flowers. This actually client had these as well. Again, a client that's, we love when a client, obviously not just implements the homework that we give, but also is cognizant of the environment. So that's it's an always added little bonus. And she actually used these for business cards and did a raffle giveaway when we help her put together the trunk show, again, about 4 years ago. And we've seen her randomly on and off throughout the years and done some minor little home organizational projects, which is how the relationship started. And yeah, so this one, we've also seen it where this same designer, covered this with beautiful stranded pearl and really cool, necklaces. So again, ideas, socks, kids socks. I mean, so many purposes you can use these things apart from the traditional great centerpieces. So just something that we use in our guest bathroom. Another thing, personal favorite. My mother actually gave me this a little bit this past fall. It's a Palo Santo artisanal candle from a local vendor here in South Florida. And we needed some containers just to hold some cosmetic, cleansing items, and I was like, oh my god, this thing's about to go, the candle's done. And I immediately was like, oh, we're totally keeping this container. Again, you could label it and use it for something else. We tend to, as you will see, we love the labels, but I will say a lot of organizational product, we don't implement it unless the project calls for it or the client asks for it, or clients. But for the most part, we tend to default to just keeping it plain. Again, why? Because it's multi-purposeful and you don't have to remove the label. But again, there's so many options these days that it's not a deal breaker. But look how beautiful, and we love the color, so it just complements it. We actually have another one on the way because we do need 2 for our vanity. So this was a beautiful scented candle given to us by a client. It's on its way out. So we will be using it for something else to complement this in the bathroom. And when I said save the best for last, So as I'm sure you guys may know, or if you don't know, we will put a link. And again, please follow us on all our social media platforms. We are partners with One Hope Wine, a beautiful Napa Valley winery where it's the gift that keeps on giving, that every bottle of wine is a percentage goes to a non-for-profit that the wine is allocated to, in addition to a wine if it's been allocated to a local non-for-profit that causepreneurs or partners match it with. We will have a link about all of this, but just wanted to just share a little rave about One Hope. Love them. We tend to, again, I keep all our bottles of wine, and we tend to have a little bit more than the average, but depends on where your average is. For us, of course, as partners, we do tend to have, we love. This actually is remnants of their sparkling rosé, which we have a lot of, sadly, sometimes, especially in the warmer months. We like to host and we like to hang out, and so we'll have, a bottle of wine, and we also love to give it as gifts to family, friends, and colleagues. So yeah, this is the remnants of a beautiful bottle of sparkling rosé from One Hope. But again, it's the gift that keeps on giving. An amazing bottle of wine, clear, beautiful, and then we've just added a bamboo plant on this, which apparently, for what I understand, these are good luck. So it's like the triple gift that gives and giving, quadruple, because of course a little greenie is always good for the H2O, for the oxygen, a little good luck, a beautiful bottle of wine, and it's also good for the environment. So these are, again, some ideas of how we recycle, reuse, repurpose in our home or commercial organizational projects. There's a slew of other things which we will definitely try to share as we come across those ideas of how we reuse, recycle, repurpose, in the home. It's one of those things where, people are like, oh my God, you keep it so simple and so plain. We've done it with beautiful garment bags and shoe boxes. Oh, one thing, since we are traveling organizers, one of the things that we do is, this is also remnants from a comforter or a sheet set that I bought. And I was like, this is a really good, zip, tight, Ziploc bag. And what do? So, nowadays when you buy, especially really nice sheets, these are actually from Target. We did a little DIY project, and the sheet set came with these beautiful little bags. Well, guess what? Again, as traveling organizers, or just in general, if you're always on a plane like we are, on and off, or, even locally when you travel, since we service South Florida, there's so many uses for this, but we use this to put our shoes or our undergarments. For our children, or our family, if we're traveling with family and where everyone's coming to somebody's house and everyone's got to pack, etc. Great little bag. And we all know that a nice little garment or personal item canvas bag is not cheap, especially if it's monogrammed. This one, obviously, as you can see, is not monogrammed, but food for thought, or for your hair products, especially as sisters who are keeping it natural. Right now, it's looking a little crazy. But again, guys, this is an organic vlog, so we keep it el natural in every sense of the word. So yeah, that's how we use that one. This is another one of another item that we purchased that had a cute little canvas bag, another sheet set or pillowcase set. And same thing, we keep them. So it's like, we got so much out of it. We use these again. Great little bag. We have bags of these. My guilty pleasure is really nice sheets. So I don't have a lot. But I do tend to, those that I do have, of course, most of them do come within lining bags for not just myself, for my children, and even family. So, if it's my mom or somebody that's really close to me in my family, and they open the gift in front of me, I'm like, okay, great. Can I take the garment bag? And they're like, no, we can use it for something else. So it's good from that sense, but I'm like, oh shoot, I always need a good garment bag. But anyways, too much of anything is not good. So I have to sometimes practice with my self-control when it comes to a garment bag. And this was also like a little tin that we happened to have laying around the house, and then found these lids And then we came up finding these exact sets at Target. But again, we use it for batteries and for charges on our desk, and they're stackable. So another little thing that's multi-purposeful, that's just a tin that was recycled, I can't recall what that was before. But again, guys, just wanted to share with you a little bit more detail on just some ideas. Look at your glass. I'm going to leave you with that. Before you throw something away, you recycle it, check out, inventory the glass, guys. You never know. As I always say, somebody else's trash can be somebody else's treasure, and vice versa. But you want it to be tasteful treasure, tasteful trash, not just trash to have trash, because you got to get rid of the clutter. But if the trash can help get rid of the clutter, hence, and save you a couple dollars, why not, guys? So I'll leave you with that. So stay safe. As we always say here, stay safe, stay strong, but most importantly, stay organized, and don't forget to subscribe at link is on the bottom, or follow us on all social media platforms at REORG YOUINC. Thanks, guys. Bye.